Hey, we found it. All right, we found it.
But that's against orders. Aren't you just saying how bored? Bored. 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 Bored.
Um,
I can put up the stream, but I'll bring it up if you want.
Put up the stream, but
If I hear
you can
it.
put up the stream, but
If I hear
you can
it.
put up the stream, but
If I hear
you
it.
can put up the stream, but
There we go. No, it's working now.
Okay.
There we go. No. I was like, nobody can hear me. I wonder how long that's been going on. Okay. So 3 weeks of downtime from there. During that time, people have been doing rather various activities, some reading. Buckholz has been working on clearing out the keep with some help from other people. The temple from there. So you guys tend to meet up every little bit just to catch up throughout the next couple weeks as you work on your separate activities. And we'll say it's been about 4 weeks total downtime at this point. You guys have had the offer from to Gerald to visit the South Provinces for a wealthy merchant who wants to do it. In town, okay, our good friend, Mr. Dak has been taking control of a lot of the things happening in Everlook. So he has now gained sort of access and control to the left side or the western side of the city as the captain from that guard. He was appointed by the mayor. Okay. And things have been tightening up. There's more security out. They seem to be less beggars on the streets, less poor people just lopping around. He seems to be trying to clean up this city. And that's where sort of we are, and you guys are regrouping for the night here. Is there anything else people wanted to cover for downtime activities and stuff?
No, I had nothing.
Just reading that
Yeah.
that old ancient book I found in the.
Right. Okay. So I will give you some details on that in a whisper at some point. You're still deciphering it, but you managed to decipher a good amount of it, putting in some time on it. It tells a story. Are you going to share it with people, or do you want it one-on-one?
Oh, I missed like the last 10 seconds of that. My mic just went crazy.
It's okay. So I can whisper it to you if you want to keep it to yourself, or I'll just go through it real quick. It's not... and if you can get to some details afterwards if you want specifically. The big picture of that book is it covers the... basically, it's an older book describing the faith of your god, right? And it tells of the ceremonies and how to honor him and the different ways that people seem to have brought honor to him. And it tells sort of some of the history about how the dwarves in this area were brought into this area by the Merchant Kings, and they settled in this near area of Everlook here, and they wanted to establish a church to their master, to their god. And so they decided to build an underground proper dwarven sort of temple to their god, so they didn't have to sort of worship. And they built this temple here, and that's what they did.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's where we're kind of left. The other thing, Dalen, you still haven't. You haven't gone and visited the temple outside of the city, but you still were
No, it's
talking
like
about.
we haven't done that yet. Actually.
Yeah. So you guys haven't done that. You've got Doak who's doing some stuff. You guys are meeting up now, and you're in the bar. You guys are all sort of having dinner, and Doak walks in. And he finds you. He waves you over. He goes, "Gentlemen, always a pleasure to see you. My favorite adventurers. The city's been looking better since you guys were so helpful in vanquishing the evil that was brought here. Since you're so willing to do that, I was wondering if you were interested in helping me for a task. It would pay pretty well."
I'm all ears.
Well, there seems to be some problems with getting trade in from Solaria. Prices are going up for things that should be cheap. Boats are getting ransacked on safe trade routes. And I don't really know why. But when we get here, we hear stories of monsters and attacks. And people are slowly not coming as much to Everlook. And it's becoming harder for us to get things in the city. And I was wondering if you guys could look into it for me, since you're so, how do I say this, opportunistically able to, find things.
What's happening to the boats? Could it just be piracy?
It could be pirates. Not a whole lot sure. What I do know is to get to Everlook, you have to go through the canals, right? Through the peninsula up the water. And boats enter, and they're not making it to us.
No one was heading up north to check the temple, to check the canals on the way.
Yeah. So, if you're interested, it's got some good pay. If you could figure out what's causing the boats to go down and get trade rolling again, it's a clean 500 apiece.
And the vessels
I'm willing to help with that.
disappearing?
Sorry?
The vessels are disappearing.
They're not making it. We don't know what's happening. So if we can figure out what's happening, if you can get me information on what's happening, I'll pay you for your troubles. If you can put a stop to it, it's a clean 500 each for you to get trade rolling back to the city again.
500 each.
You found any wrecks?
We haven't, but we've searched we've had ships gone out about 20-30 kilometers outside of the city, and we haven't found anything. It's about a 10 days ride out, and the scout vessels, the smaller scout vessels we sent out, the ones that didn't go too far came back. The ones that sort of went out past the coasts seem to be lost. We don't know what's causing it.
A 10 days ride implies that we have some kind of vessel for the water. Will you be providing one?
We can give you a small scout with a crew,
Oh.
but it would be deducted from your winnings, from your salary from the end.
But then we get to keep the vessel.
You don't get to keep the vessel, but to pay the crew and to borrow the vessel, I'll provide it as the down payment on the work. And we'll just deduct it from your gold should you be able to solve it. If you can't solve it, at least if you can figure out what's going on and get back here in one piece, I'll give you a little bit of gold for your troubles, and that'll compensate for the cost of renting out the vessel and the crew. Because I do have to pay a crew.
Are any of us experienced sailors by chance?
No.
I've never been underwater.
I can
Neither
swim
have
and
I.
breathe underwater, but that's it. Sailing's not for me.
You couldn't have selected a finer crew for this mission.
I think
I realize you guys are not seamen, but That's why I'll pay for people to take care of the boat part of it. What I want from you guys is that ingenuity, that clever je ne sais quoi. If you can figure it out,
beginner's luck.
I'd be very grateful.
Can I make a quick insight check on this guy?
Absolutely.
Great. 12.
12. He seems like he's telling the truth. I mean, Doke is always kind of sketchy to you. You don't trust him too much, but he doesn't seem like he's openly lying. It does seem like something's there, but if he's... you're not sure what his motives are, but he doesn't seem to be lying.
Alright. Well, you get the vessel ready and we'll have a strategy meeting.
Very well. So,
Assuming everyone else has agreed on this.
yeah, I can have a ship ready. I can have a ship ready to leave for you in 2 days' time. Small vessel, like I said, but she's quick. Again, you scout it. If you can figure it out, I'll compensate you a little bit. If you decide to take it into your hands to fix the problem, I won't complain.
Very well.
Alright.
Oh, before he turns to go away,
Yeah.
Dalen's just going to stand up and ask him, by the way, have you heard about Juice?
Yeah.
I have looked into that.
And look at him.
He has been missing since you guys went into the crypts.
And you haven't seen or heard from him since?
Not a thing.
An insight check.
Weird.
Insight check.
I thought we talked to Judith right before. Oh,
19. You get the feeling that he's not telling you the whole story. He's being truthful, but maybe he's holding things back.
Interesting. Well, you must be busy, Juice. Back, I won't be disturbing you anymore. Going back to the group.
Okay, well, like I said, 2 days' time. Get you guys straight out of the city, and we'll figure these things out. We'll go from there. Thanks, guys. And Doc walks out.
I'll just speak to them as the rest of them. Dalen, I don't mind the job, but I don't trust that man 100%.
agreed. Why does he want us out of the city?
Perhaps he intends to sink us.
This could be a
And I've got a confession to make. I sink like a stone in the water.
Don't worry, I've got you for that.
Not a lot of open water in the mountains, you understand.
No, just don't fall out.
That's a good idea.
Oh, there's always a first for everything. Should be fun.
There be somewhere in the city that I could procure some kind of emergency flotation device.
Yeah. You guys have some days to do some shopping. You can take a look and see what you can find. I don't have necessarily a life vest, but
Can you get a donut floaty?
they have like little sort of air filled they're hide bags that you can sort of blow up and seal to sort of float on.
As long as it has some sort of animal face, we'll settle for it.
Okay. That's fine.
So, well, during those 2 days, could I try finding some place that sells armor?
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely lots of shops. You're just looking for standard stuff. There's definitely some. There's some shops around town that have a bunch of stuff for sure.
Try
What
to
are you
get
looking
some
for?
studded leather.
Yeah, that's pretty common. There's a couple stores that definitely do have some stuff.
Okay.
Standard
Definitely like
standard pricing, pretty much. So anything you can find in the player's handbook pricing for just studded leather, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely gonna buy one of that,
Yeah, absolutely.
and probably go see the old man over at the Manta Ray Core.
Okay. Going back to the Manta Ray Core. Walk in and hello.
Hey, Lindley?
Len.
Yes.
Am I getting that right, Lindley?
You are so smart. What can I do for you, sir?
So, I was wondering if I could strike a deal with you.
Yeah. I'm always interested in gold, sir.
So you remember that map you wanted, right?
Well, we talked about the map. I don't want is a strong word. Possibly interested in, maybe.
I was wondering if you had anybody you know who would know how to copy the map.
Well, I have some contacts, some discreet ones and some not so discreet ones. What do you want?
Well, I was kind of hoping for 2 copies of the map and maybe find someone to sell it to.
Ah, I see. Well, I can put some feelers out. Might take a couple days to find a buyer, but we can make some copies pretty quick. Probably take a day or so.
Wouldn't be a problem, yeah.
Oh. Well, I can get to work for that, Master. It will be 1 gold for the copy each. So 2 gold for the copies and the paper and the service.
Okay.
And I'll take 30% of your profits on any of the sales.
Okay.
I think that's fair. We're such good friends, you know. So I'm giving you a deal. Since they're my contacts, you know.
Could definitely do that.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a lovely arrangement, don't you think?
Yeah, that's pretty good. You got any positions open around in the store?
We do. I'm always looking for a little help every once in a while. I'm getting old, you see, and these bones just don't do as much as they used to.
I'd like to, apply.
No need to apply, Sonny. If you want to do work, you come do work. You show up in the mornings and I'll put you to work. Lots of dusting around here, lots of books reordering.
Well, I'm going to be leaving for a bit, but I'll definitely come by when I get back.
Okay, well, I'll put the feelers out for your book, and you come back when you can.
Okay. Thanks for the help.
No problem. Always a pleasure. Have a good one. He sort of rubs his hands, takes the paper, takes your 2 gold, deduct it, and rolls it up. He puts it into this little slot. Has a little outbox thing. He puts it in and sort of goes.
Okay. I'm going to head back to the group after I get my studded leather.
All right. Well, you get your studded leather. Anybody else? If you guys need to do any shopping and stuff like that, if it's basic items, you guys can go ahead and purchase them now. And if you need any other things like supplies and things like that, there'll be basic food necessities on the ship. But if you guys need anything else outside of basic, rations and water, go ahead and add those things now. And if you guys are going to go on the ship,
how much for one of those flotation devices?
they are highly sought after. To save your life, 5 gold. It's a worthwhile trade.
Now be careful. You got to pick the right animal, though.
And this stuff durable, is it?
It's very durable, sir. It's made of thick hide. You touch it, it almost feels like hide armor that's been sealed on the inside. It's kind of like a water flask, like a hide water flask that's body size. You basically, he says, take your pitch, okay? Smear it on the inside and seal it outside.
All right, I'll hand the 5 gold. I'll take it.
All right. So you have a emergency flotation device. Basically, it takes 1 turn to inflate, and it will allow you to be in steady water without getting exhausted. So if it's a storm, like a heavy storm and stuff like that, you would still get exhausted and have to make exhaustion checks every turn. But in a,
Drown immediately.
no, you wouldn't drown immediately. You could hold on to it, and then after that, you would just have to make the same checks anybody else would who knows how to swim. In terms of if you ever get tossed off the ship or anything.
What's it called? During the few days of preparation,
Yeah.
is it possible for me to to wild shape into a bit of like a cat and just kind of spy on Dak's activities?
Yeah, absolutely. So he's not a hard man to follow. He is out and about with his new position and his shined armor on a pretty regular basis. He, doesn't seem to be doing very much. He seems to just be sort of out in front of sort of a lot of the main areas of the city, ordering people around. Is what you can kind of notice. Make me a perception check.
Hey.
Okay, so you do a pretty good job at sort of listening in from afar, and he seems to be sending out teams to different areas of the city. You can tell that he tends to be, when we come back, he's getting a report from them. It's kind of hard to hear. He'll take some paper from people, read it, and then sort of send people out. You see that there's a lot of groups of squads. It seems to be like 5 or 6 man squads being sent out. It's not typical like a single guard or 2 guard packs that sort of rove the city before. These seem to be larger groups of packs that he's sending out to different areas of the city. A lot of them in the north and a lot of them in the west, actually. The majority of them are off to the west. From what with that perception check, you can kind of tell that they're kind of looking at the areas that are sort of outside of the city that have expanded recently, and sort of the ones sort of bordering the southern edge of the wall. It's kind of where you sort of get the idea. But he doesn't do anything suspicious in the day and a half or so till you guys have to leave.
Okay, nice.
All right. Anybody else?
I would like to just kind of ask around about where we're traveling to. See if, like, local people have any like stories about the area, or like
Sure.
have anything interesting to say about it.
Okay, make me a perception check, investigation check. Either your choice, perception or investigation. Actually, you're investigating, so we'll say investigation. Okay.
Fine, all the things.
All of the things. Okay, so we'll say with that, what specifically are you just like looking like for, like where, if people have heard where people have gone missing, or like about like where we're going? Okay, any rumors or okay? So what I will tell you is that you definitely do hear some rumors here. So let me change maps here real quick so you can see it. So this is the closed town of Everlook, right? Right here, and and then sort of from that white dotted line that goes through the water, sort of south of Stargar, is where people have noticed that things haven't been making it past Stargar. There was a guy that you talked to who actually said he was from there. And his boat was the one that he took a boat from Stargar, one of his smaller boats, and got in, but people haven't been making it past that. So there have been some ships that have made it through, but not as many as people normally would be. If you look, sort of everything has to come through this one channel up into Everlook, and they come from like the North Provinces, from the Elven lands of Titania, from Southern Provinces, and sort of around the bottom peninsula, and even from like Pespia, like all that, they sort of all come into sort of Everlook and Solarian, and things don't seem to be making it. You know that you don't know if they're making it out of this out in the ocean or things are happening, or if it's once they get into the channels. But the channels have been sort of investigated, just the close channels close by, and nobody's really found anything. But definitely sort of maybe out in the water, sort of once you get a little bit farther outside of this channel, that's where people have gone kind of missing.
And this has never happened before.
No, well, not in knowledge. Yeah, so like out anything once they sort of leave the light, sort of, if you look at the light faded, we'll say like this light area here, this light color is like shallow.
Jesus.
And as soon as they get into like the medium to like medium deep areas is when people have started going missing.
That's fun.
Yeah, a lot of things come. So like I said, so it's like it's a 10 days travel to get to like the entranceway to like the ocean, and that's where ships typically go. So there's a town here that brings in stuff. There's Solaria here, which is still delivering goods because they're sort of off in the middle here. But if they cut off Everlook, then they're cutting off Solaria, something seems to be happening in this area. That's what you gotta get, is if people were to be doing something, they'd have to be doing it close enough to this entranceway to block people, because it's so open out here that you could just sneak by. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's what you're gonna get.
Right.
Okay.
Michelle,
We?
can you take a second away to give me your dishes so I can start the dishes?
Yeah, 1 sec. Back 1 sec.
Okay.
Seven or 7:45?
Okay.
I think 7 or 2:30.
Is that too late? Okay. Okay, je t'aime. No one's allowed to make fun of my awesome pants. Okay. Sorry. So anything else you guys want to do?
Have we established a safe place to put our money in the temple yet, or like any extra gold, or is anyone in need of a loan? Because she's carrying way too much gold.
I will tell you that during your downtime, you guys have decided on a password. You don't have to pick it now, but you've decided on one.
Okay.
Did we?
I think we did decide on one, though.
I don't remember what it was.
I have a note here from Mulga, from
Did come
whatever
up with a more definitive and harder to stumble upon password. So I'm going to spend some time conversing with the door, whose name is Ajar, and sing him the songs of my people and lay the password down on him.
Yeah. So you test it. You're able to confirm that it does work with the password you gave. You've built your hidden entranceway. To the best of your knowledge, you think it's safe.
Okay.
I don't like the way you say that.
Nothing's ever 100% safe.
So, yeah, just so everybody's got it, I'm going to post in the chat. It's just a little dwarven rhyme Mataho used to tell me.
Perfect.
Now, are we going to be saying the whole rhyme, or are there going to be like, if we say the three keywords that it'll?
The whole thing.
Okay. Just making sure.
So you have your rhyme. Yeah, so you guys have a secure enough place. There's some rooms that still close in that thing, so.
Alright.
Did we also settle on naming it the Buckhole?
I mean, I feel like it's your place, so I'm not going to complain.
That's what I call it.
I definitely helped vote for that one.
Yeah, first thing I would have done is set up some kind of, I don't know, vault or hidden doorway to put some of our stuff if need be.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was
Right off the beds.
Yeah, there's some, like I said, there's some of those corridors that sort of like connected to each other that had doors on their sides. You kind of made yourself one of them in there, so I'm sure you can decide if you want to do that.
I'm vaulting like 200 gold pieces before we head out.
Cool.
I am also going to put some in the vault.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop off 100 as well.
Same, 100 for me.
Do they have like a distinctive item or object they can put in there just in case we get robbed? We can locate object on it.
I mean, I got 2 of the necklaces, but that's not gonna happen. Like, let me go through my items.
I can put my book of poems.
I have somewhere.
I have that ritual book too.
I have one of the trinkets I got at character creation. I have a little bronze orb that I've etched runes into, so I'm going to stick that in the vault.
Okay.
Just in case.
I'm going to take a real good look at that rune sphere, just to make sure I can remember it.
Okay.
If we ever have to detect.
Alright. I'm gonna take that. There we go.
Awesome. So the morning of your departure arrives, and you guys make it down to the docks. Doak has sent you a note letting you know that you're supposed to be looking for a boat called the Red Cutter, which will take you on this. He's hired them for 3 weeks of pay to cover their food and drink and costs. So 10 days out, 10 days around, and 10 days back is what you are expected to do for this.
Okay.
If you can find any news that'll cover the costs of the expenditure, if you can put a stop to it, you'll make some money afterwards. That's kind of the deal he's laid out for you in this short.
Okay.
So,
Have we decided our route?
what do you mean? Sorry.
Oh, I was asking the others if we've decided where we're gonna check out. Like where we think we can find these people.
No, let's just say we follow the same route, see what we find.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have some time to talk with the captain if you want. The main route is basically the same up until you hit sort of the central point here, and then it kind of branches off into different areas. If you're going more west or more east or into the bigger ocean, you'll have the choice to sort of investigate.
We sold that potion of water breathing, didn't we?
Did we?
Shit.
I think we did.
That's alright.
Yeah, I think we did.
That's fine, I've got my floaty.
Okay.
As soon as I step on the deck of the ship, I'm immediately strapping that on.
Yeah, it's got two hooks. It's kind of like a front vest. It sort of sits in the front of you, and again, you open it up, you go and close it, and you've got this pillow underneath you. So
I'm already quite stout, so this is starting to look pretty embarrassing, but I'm keeping it on.
yeah. So you make your way into the ship. You look around the docks, and you find the Red Cutter. It's a smaller ship. Looks in well repair. It flies the flags of the merchants on there, as true merchant vessels do. You approach and you see the ship's bustling. Looks like they're loading up their last bit of cargo before they head out you can see there's, I'd say, a smaller crew. We'll say about eight or so people that you can kind of make out on the ship. It's not a huge ship, but it's a small, efficient crew.
Does it have sail?
It does. So it has it is a triple mast vessel. but not a large one. So there are 3 masts. It's made not for. It looks like this. It's made for open water, if you will. Yeah. Okay, and one last thing. So, what do you guys do? You see the ship? Are you guys going on? What are you doing?
Yeah, get on, I guess. Make
Yeah.
myself known.
I will very tentatively climb on, not looking in the water.
Good enough.
We'll follow.
So you start to board the red cutter, and you guys see what it looks like. So this is basically 1 square is about 5 feet. It's hard to tell on the picture a little bit unless you zoom in, but
One last quick thing before we depart. Do we have weapons that are suited for potential underwater combat? Spears, javelins, tridents, daggers, short swords, that kind of thing? Just in case.
unless you bought some, but you're on the boat now.
I mean, I got 3 daggers if anybody needs.
I'll take a dagger, if you don't mind.
Fine.
Okay.
I'm only good at punching things.
I had one of the daggers I got.
Oh god, Myra is gonna punch a shark.
I'm gonna punch a shark. Yes.
As you get on, you are greeted by what looks to be the captain, and he waves you guys over and goes, "Oi, how are you lads doing? Are you the ones that my good friend Dak sent?"
Yep. You're his chosen crew.
Okay, and he looks at you kind of inquisitively. My name's Godric Whitebeard. I'll be your captain. We're here to investigate. So my ship rules are my ship rules. I expect you, even as passengers, to bark when I say bark. We leave the investigating to you guys, but when it comes to the ship, you best be listening to my orders, or you'll be overboard quick. Other than that, you have a room down below. It was my room, but it's yours for the duration of this wonderful adventure we're sitting on too. If I'm busy, you can talk to my first mates. You have Timbers over there, and you see a guy up on the riggings as he points up, sort of tying up some rope. And if he's asleep, his watchmate's Two Teeth Bradley. He's a good fella. He can help you out if you don't need me. Stow your stuck below deck. You'll find your room, and we'll set off very shortly.
Excellent. Thank you.
How do you spell the captain's name?
It's Godric. Godric.
Is he a human?
He is a human, yes. So are the rest of his crew, from what you can tell, as well. There are some, maybe like a half elf or two. Half elk. Dude, what's up?
Oh wow, definitely never seen that one.
No, a half elf or two in the watchtower. But they mostly look like they're humans. Human mercenaries on this one. So you guys get down below. You see that there are 2 rooms. There is a larger room, which has 8 bunks in it. And a smaller one, which seems to be the captain's new quarters. These ones look like they were recently set up for you guys, which is sort of off to the side. There are 8 other hammocks off in the middle of the board, sort of around the edges of the ship, and the center is filled with what looks like cargo and supplies and random things like that below deck. So 3/4 of basically below deck is filled with either food, provisions, or cargo. outside of your room, and the different sort of hammocks around the edges, and the other smaller captain's room.
I want a hammock.
There's no fire down below dock. There's one small glow light, which seems to sort of pulse with sort of magical energy. Very tiny. Looks like it's sort of set up and attached really well.
Does the ship have any weapons?
Not that visibly you can see. You assume there may be, but there's nothing sort of out and about in the...
No cannon.
No, I mean, there's no cannons on the ship. It's too small a vessel for that kind of stuff.
The other sailors armed?
No, I mean, they have, like, knives, right? Like, just basic utility knives for, like, cutting rope and things like that. You don't see them... They don't have sabers or anything like that, really, looks to them. The captain was carrying a sheathed sword, but it looks more ceremonial, something to identify him as a captain, than anything he would actually use on a regular basis. They look like a pretty legit crew. It doesn't look like they were sort of weapon banging. These guys are more tradespeople from what you can see. Okay.
I might go look around the ship.
So you guys look around the ship, and the ship starts to take off. You guys start to pull away. Unfortunately for our good friend Gerald, he cannot deal with the motion of the ocean, and immediately goes to the back of the room and takes a bucket and starts to complain about how Goliaths were never made to ride in the sea, and sits in the corner holding his bucket. Hopefully he'll make it through, but for right now he's off in the corner.
That's a shame. We could do with some sea monkeys.
But Nala's doing fine.
Surprisingly, Nala seems to be okay.
I'm gonna head on deck and just start enjoying, like, looking over to the water.
Sure. So you guys start to make your way up on deck, and you see the ship is sort of leaving Everlook harbor slowly. Seems like it's very narrow, so they're not going very quickly. They're sort of maneuvering through the sort of jetties that are out and about, and it takes a good hour to an hour and a bit to sort of slowly get off town. You look past the cliffs. You don't easily see your cave entrance from the cliffs, so you feel good about that because you went past where they were. And you sort of make your way out there. And again, it's a nice day for sailing. Things progress well. And the sailors are busy. It seems like it's a flurry of activity. Even though you guys aren't going very fast, everyone on deck, all the crew are busy. They're hoisting lines, moving lines, dropping sails, adjusting things. Pretty much almost constantly. And if they're not constantly doing something, they're moving around. And so it's very sort of fast-paced, and it's sort of different. If you've never been on a boat, you are sort of taken aback by how sort of active. It's almost like watching a battle, sort of, is what you can compare it to, because they're always sort of doing different things, even if it seems like the boat's just chugging away slowly.
As soon as it takes off, I'm going to be like, is the boat supposed to be rocking like this?
You'll get your sea legs soon enough, young man.
Oh, bet you not. And I go straight below decks immediately. I am going to have Rogue climb up the mast, sort of as high as he can go, where he can still be within range for me to peek out every now and then, but I'm staying where it's dark.
Yeah, so you go under, you join Gerald in the room. He's off in the corner, humming and hoeing about the horribleness of sea travel. And you are right there with him, feeling his pain. You're not liking this at all. The rest of you, actually, it's a pleasant day. The water's relatively calm, and you make your way out throughout the day.
Moray's probably trying to help out as much as she can. Not like being too forceful or like getting in the way of anyone, but if they're like willing to give her a task, she'll take it up.
Yeah, so you ask for a task, and the sailor grins at you and goes, "Lassie, always got more room for more help here." And he hands you a bucket and a mop. And he goes, "This is where we all start." And he puts you to mop in the decks.
She does it. Why not?
Do mops count as monk weapons?
It's a staff, right? So you're proficient.
Heck yeah! I am the best at mopping. There is nobody else better than me.
Strangely, this reminisces of your training and your early training. Whenever you would do something wrong, they'd, give you the mop and yeah. So the first day goes by. It becomes night. They slow the sails down at night. The captain lets you know that they try not to sail at night. It's too easy to hit a rock. So they usually anchor up for the nights while they're in the channel, and they'll set off in the morning again. Are you guys doing anything at night? You guys going to bed? What are you guys doing for nighttime stuff?
I'm gonna read a bit of my pagan rituals book before bed.
Mm-hmm.
Same. I'm just gonna read my books on Fae.
I take a tentative step up on deck when the boat stops moving, just see the endless expanse of black and go straight back down.
Do we have to establish watches?
You don't have to unless you want to. Like I said, you're on a ship with a crew. They have watches already. So if you feel the need to have your own, you're more than welcome to.
I think we should.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay.
So I guess me and Macho will take first watch, or
Yep, I'm up for that.
Okay.
I'll take second.
Yeah, I can go second as well. Mary.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Guess we'll take third.
Okay. So, first watch. Who's on first watch again?
Me.
And me.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Dark Vision on myself,
I
that I can at least. I cannot see that.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
make me perception checks for your watch. Okay. It's starting to be a quiet night. The boat's rocking gently. It doesn't seem like anything's amiss. Anything you guys want to... If you guys want to talk about stuff, you guys can talk about stuff. Or we can...
So we still up for that plan?
Yeah, I'm still up for the plan.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Maybe we'll catch it.
Okay, maybe. So how's performing going for you?
Well, it's mostly just Gerald. I'm mostly his backup. Whenever he takes a break, I do a bit of the work. Maybe tell some stories. It's not as good as he is though, because the way he performs is I don't know. There's something about it.
Think your guys' show needs a little bit of fire?
Oh, I'm open to it. You can ask Gerald later on.
Yeah. I guess we spend the rest of our time just small talking.
Cool.
Yep.
So you make it through. It's pretty uneventful. It's a quiet night in the city. Next watch, if you guys can roll your perception checks.
1 sec.
I'm gonna cast enhance ability in myself. Okay. I will have
Probably.
advantage. So,
That's a thought. All you, buddy.
oh no! Oh no! Like Nathan's just walking around the ship, just like too busy, just like looking at the crew, looking at how the ship works, and yeah,
It
he
is a
looks like
beautiful
him.
night. It's a beautiful night.
Honestly, Marie's probably just joining him, trying to figure out how some of the stuff works. And she's definitely more interested in the boat.
Yeah, same here. I would be like, Mary, this is your first time on a boat as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mostly, take the pass, but I guess I've never explored the water very much.
Oh, just surprised that you're not like the others who are under deck right now not feeling well?
I tend to flow with most things. You know, just in tune with the movement.
I like how this vessel works with the waters, with the air, with nature itself.
All these riggings and sails, I would love to know more about them.
I will spend the rest of the hour probably talking a lot about the ship and not looking out. So
Yeah, exactly.
All right, cool enough. Very cool. So you guys do spend another uneventful sort of, I would say hour to 2 hours. We'll say it's the 2, right? So,
Alright.
or 2.5, whatever. Do the full night's rest. And the night goes by pretty okay. Next watch, make me your perception checks, please. You guys go back to bed.
Everyone just getting progressively sleepier and sleepier. Just like nobody's taking watch.
Yeah, you guys are like.
Jesus!
I haven't even I've not even come up deck yet.
Buckles literally sticks his head out. Yeah. I'm gonna watch from the stairs.
Yeah, the door is open, and that's as much as I'm getting on deck.
Yeah.
I'll watch the cargo bay.
Yeah, all's good here.
Nala's distracted by Buckles sort of quivering in the.
You seem pretty comfortable in the water.
I've never experienced it before, but it's not too bad.
That's good. Good. You've got this. Just.
We've got this. That's what everyone says. You know it's gonna be successful.
I was like this the first time I set foot outside the mountains. Saw the sky. I was afraid I was gonna fall up into it.
I would like to imagine that the sailors that are on actual watch are just kind of taking this in.
They're kind of like looking, yeah, they're definitely laughing a bit.
These non-humies.
Don't worry, gents, the cargo holds safe. You're welcome.
Yeah, great. Good to have you watching that.
Yeah, so you're, as far as you guys can see, your watch goes pretty well, and it's the next day. Nothing you're so safe. You're impressed that you did such a good job, Buckles.
Yeah.
They definitely chose the right crew for this job.
Yeah. So, next morning, the ship sets off. You start to see some clouds off in the distance, but it seems like it's okay for now. The crew doesn't seem to be worried too much. And you guys make your way out. The next couple days go relatively smoothly. Nothing sort of too crazy seems to bother you guys in your sort of trip. You start to make your way, and I'll go switch back to the map here. So at this point here, we're 3-4 days in. We're just passing. I would say. Let me zoom in here. Yeah, so you're just about to pass where sort of the road, the harbor, sort of there's a smaller harbor where some Solarian goods are, sort of out around here 4 days in. So you're kind of like in this area here. It starts to open up, and you start to be able to pick up some speed at this point. And the boat starts to set off, and you set off into the Straits after the next 2 days.
Okay. I'd like to at least during the second day try to convince the captain if he could, upgrade Mari's lessons.
Yeah, so the captain is kind of just ignoring you guys. He's doing his thing and sort of grumbles off. But, some of the guys are showing you guys, anybody who's interested, they're showing you guys some knots. They're teaching you some nautical themes. You're starting to know the difference between, starboard and larboard, right? Which is confusing. They've now sort of told you what coming about means, so that you don't get smacked in the face by the sails when the boat sort of shifts and the directions change. They're starting to basically give you some basic sort of stuff, like if you were talking to a child, basically about sort of seafaring. They're kind of keeping it simple, but they're giving you tips and little things, and they're taking a liking to you. They definitely are keeping their distance from you guys. They are not too crazy, but they're opening up slowly. The night rests, and this time the captain decides, as we're starting to get close to the ocean here, that night, he goes, this will be the last night we don't sail. We'll be hitting open water soon. Typically, we have a little bit of a special meal before we hit open waters, just in case it's our last. So, hope you guys enjoy. And sort of brings out nicer foods, like some actual meat. He has been sort of doing basic rations and gives you meats and these kind of things and people sort of drink, and the crew opens up now. Everyone's having a pretty good time. There. The night sort of goes off, and the next day you hit up the open waters, and it's a big difference. You guys start to head up into the city. He goes, okay, boys and girls, which way are we going? Where do you want to look first? Stick to the coast, head out to the sea and see what's happening? It's you're the investigators on this one.
What is the usual trade route?
Well, there's two main ones from here, Lassie. There's the one to the west, to the Elven lands, and then there's the one to the east that goes around the peninsula. Or you hit the Great Waters and you cut across to get some speed.
Is there a place where they both meet?
That's probably about a day's journey out, right when the water starts to pick up, I'd say.
That seems like the most likely place.
Which routes have been getting hit more?
Well, all we've heard is that people are having trouble getting in to Everlook. So, we don't know much other than that. We've got, again, I'd say a third of the ships that make it are now making it, sorry. So, like 2/3 of the ships that are supposed to be there are reported missing or not showing up.
This is only when they're coming in?
When they're coming in.
Going out.
Nothing that so far.
I'll vote that we stay as close to dry land as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Sure,
Okay.
I'm in for that.
But which way would we go?
Right, just to the left.
Closer to Salaria?
Sure.
Yeah, let's try that.
Alright, so we're gonna head west. Sounds like any good plan is good enough for me. What do I care? I'm getting paid.
How do you
Okay.
pronounce this?
Tuna Latina.
Oh, okay.
Tuna Lintia. The Elven lands, or some of them.
It's like fish.
Yes. So you start to head east. And the night starts to get a little bit more stormy, and you're noticing that the currents, which you had thought, at least for Buckholz, had thought were pretty intense before, you realize were probably just like, a toilet flushing compared to like now. You're big sort of open, sort of 10-foot, 20-foot sort of swells, and
Jeez. I start drinking.
There is only one answer.
There's only one. I think
Zero's
there's a
just
song
dying.
about this.
Yeah, so again, pretty quiet. As the night hits, as you guys start to hit open water, Mare, make me a perception check.
Oh, goodness gracious. This isn't gonna go well. Oh! That went well.
That one.
that the storm seems to be getting a little bit worse, and you hear something hit the deck. You're not really sure what it is.
I immediately go to it.
Okay, so you hear something in the back here. Where are the rest of you guys, by the way? It's sort of evening time, just so I can get an idea.
Probably be drinking with the crew.
Below docks.
I'll be playing my bagpipes for the crew.
Okay, so the noise was right around there.
Okay.
So everyone's below docks except for Mare, because Mare, you're talking to people?
No, I'd be above.
Alright, Saren's up above too. Looking out on the sea. Seeing what we can see. And you look down, and I need you to make me a dexterity save.
Oh,
Yo.
As you look over the edge, you see out of the ocean a tentacle whip up and go to hit you, and you narrowly dodge as this tentacle tries to come out and grab you.
I immediately yell, all hands on deck, as loud as I possibly can.
As you do that, Saren, make me also a dexterity save.
damn it.
Okay. So Mare was able to sort of yell and warn you, and you were able to dodge out of the way as a third and fourth tentacle whip out of the ocean. And as you guys see, this vile-looking creature pops out the edge of the ship and slashes through one of the crew that was there, sort of loading the dock here. Below, you guys hear this all right now, and for now, if you guys are going to hold on, people on deck, roll initiative.
Oh, great. Forgot about that.
Oh, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Come on.
It wouldn't take for some reason.
You have to click your token. That's fine.
I can't. I actually can't move my token now that I look at it. I
Okay,
can't.
hold on. You guys, let me. Hold on. I know why. I know why. Hold on.
He knows why. Hold on.
Try now. Click your token. Can you do it?
No.
Nope.
Oh, I know why. I'm dumb. It's dumb.
Now he knows why. He knew why before, but now he definitely knows why now.
Like 99.9% sure.
I believe in you. You got this.
I definitely believe in you if I get to reroll.
Okay. Try now.
Hey, there it is.
You guys are not maps. I need to be on not the map layer when I add tokens to the map.
I'll edit in my proper thing. There we go. But why didn't that take? There
Doesn't
we go.
really change anything.
Nope. Yours doesn't. You're right.
It's just the 7.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, 1 second.
There's another.
Okay. Okay, that looks good. Okay. Everyone else roll initiative 2, but it will take you at least a turn to get up on deck. So I'll add your tokens. Hold on. Yeah, I'll just add your tokens. Hold on.
Nice.
Buckholz, what's your dex? Saren, what's your dex?
+1.
Same. +1.
Alright, we'll say that Saren goes first because he's above deck, so we'll just start the order that way and we'll keep going that way. Alright. Nala with a 20. Very nice. Okay, so the door to the deck is here, guys. And here. And here. So you can choose. I will say that most of the places you guys were at were in the south here. So we'll say you're under the decks here. This is where your sort of things are, but you're below deck. Okay? So, the first tentacle. Bear with me here as I bring up my stuff. I am not prepared. No, that's not what I want. Okay, cool. So the first tentacle comes and swings at you, and it's going to make attack on... Yes, so that one is on Mare. And to hit is +5, so that's a 16 to hit.
Nope.
So it swings at you, but you're ready and you saw it coming, and you go from there. And it misses. Okay. So next, Dalen. You can make it to the door and onto the deck this turn if you'd like.
Right, running out this way.
So as you get outside,
Yeah.
as you get outside, you notice in front of you there's a tentacle sort of climbing up on the side to the left. You see Saren's got one in front of him here. You don't necessarily see the creature at the end of the ship from where you're at, or Mare currently. You're only seeing the tentacle to your left and the tentacle to the right off in front of you.
Okay, quick out of the question. If I cast Bane on these tentacles, will be considered like 3 creatures or like 1 creature?
3 creatures.
Alright. So I'm gonna see there are 3 tentacles and just like drop down my shield and cast Bane on them.
Okay. And is that a save? Or is it...
Charisma save 14.
Okay. 21, 2, 3. Okay, so 15 and 2 fails. So the one on Mare fails. The 2 others do not. Is there a way can I put status effects on them somehow?
Yeah, just click on the token.
Yeah.
Click on the gear icon at the bottom. Then you can choose.
Oh, right. So I'm going to put on Bane. Yeah. Bane. Yeah. So those 2 have Bane on them now. Very good. Anything else, Dalen?
I'll try to run over to Saren first and see. Like, do you need any help, Saren?
So that's your yeah. So that's everything. So that takes care of your turn. The tentacle here climbs up onto deck. And you notice it's not an actual tentacle; it's actually a giant octopus that's climbing up onto deck.
Oh, thank God.
They will remain giant tentacles, but it's a large sort of octopus creature. It's a large beast. And it's going to come and it's going to see you. It's going to jump down. And it's going to make an attack on you. So it is going to roll a 16 to hit.
That misses.
Misses?
Yep.
So it swings at you. And does that. The next one, next to Saren, is also going to make an attack on you. That is a 10.
Misses. Thanks.
Not rolling well tonight. Alright, Mara, what are you doing? This thing is... It did slowly climb up onto the docks now, so you see that there's an octopus here.
Oh, so I can like punch it
Yes.
and hit it with my staff?
Yes.
Sweet. That was its first mistake. 13 to hit.
Yes, 13 hits.
Sweet. And damage. 12 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then unarmed strike. 22 to hit.
22 hits, yeah.
And another 8 bludgeoning.
So, okay.
And then I'm good.
Smack it, and it's good. Saren, your turn.
I
You're
got
up.
this, guys.
We missed the barbarian.
Okay.
She is gonna start next turn. Is she? No. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So you're below deck. So Dala, you can get up to deck. Sorry, that's my bad. Yeah, you can get up to deck, but you can move your movement from here, but you can't make an attack. You basically see Dalen, Saren, and the tentacle over here. This one here. You do not see Mara up top, and you do not see the creature right now up here. So you can say where you're going, or you're just going to stay there.
How much more movement do I have?
You can move. You have your full movement, but you can't bonus action move or anything. So you can move up to whatever your 30 feet is.
Okay. Well, I can see this one, so I'll get up and come around one.
Yeah. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you can get there. Okay, sorry, that ends your turn. Saren, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Shilling. Smack it with my quarterstaff.
Alright, that hits.
Okay.
8 damage.
Takes 8 bludgeoning.
Smack it.
It's my bonus action to do that. I don't think I can do anything else though.
Okay. That's fine. Buckholz, you're down below. You're hearing commotion upstairs. What are you doing?
I take a great big swig, and I come up top. How many of the creatures are on deck?
So as you get outside the door, you can see 1, 2, 3 in front of you. So your current vision will show you the lower level of the deck. You can't see anything above, and you can't see behind you up above, really.
Okay, so I see the two with Saren and Dalen?
Yeah, you see the 2 of Sarah and Dale, and you see Nala. That's the lower deck, and there's a 10-foot sort of rise up to the higher deck parts.
But
If you
they're
will.
on deck?
You can't tell. You can't see up here, right? So
Or sorry, I mean like the one that they're engaging, are they on the ship?
the one that Nala is not is just a tentacle on the side. The other 2 are on deck.
Okay, so the ones in front of Saren and Dalen, I can see like the full thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna whip my hammer around like a cyclone, and I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind at 2 of them. Try and blow them off deck.
Okay.
They both have to make strength saves.
All right. What's the DC on that?
13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first one passes. Second one rolls a 22. Both pass.
Alright, I'm gonna just grab on to anything solid.
Now, gust of wind, does it target just the monsters, or does it target everyone in that area?
It is a 60-foot line, so I was hoping I could get into a position where I could hit the two up here. If not, I'll just go for one.
Yeah, so either way, I'll say for now you aim for the bottom one since they both passed, because you can't really get a clear line on both of them in a straight line. They don't sort of line up.
Right.
But you missed anyways. They both passed the DC, so...
As a bonus action,
Mhm.
I'm going to turn the line of wind up into one of the sails and try and give us a push to get us away from whatever's not on the ship.
Okay, so the sails are kind of half-masted up. So you do throw some wind in. It does kind of shake the boat a bit. But not a whole lot. Just kind of like stutters a bit. It's a pretty heavy boat and doesn't look like that's going to...
dexterity checks?
It is a strong wind, if that means anything. I'm going to yell, open the bloody sails!
The sails are at half-mast, so... It's at night, really, so you wouldn't necessarily... It's like dusk time, so you'd be sort of running up. You know what? It starts to move. It definitely does. It's a strong wind, but you kind of need a continual wind, and you need the right angle for it to hit. So you definitely see the sails move and doing stuff, but you probably have to position yourself in a way to hit the sails in a certain angle that you're not that familiar with since you spent most of your time below deck. If you spent another turn or two, you could probably figure out how it works.
Also, like, the creatures don't have to do their saving throws now. They do it at the start of their turn. So once you move the wind away, they don't have to do their strength saves no more.
Oh, well, then... Scratch that. I'll just keep it aimed at one of them.
Alright. So you're going to keep it aimed at the one in front of Dalen. Because that one you can see. And that's aimed at them. Okay. Very cool. Now it is time for this thing. So this creature, who you guys hadn't seen before, stands up here, which you can now see. And it...
Oh god, I can see it considering where I have to look. I throw up a little in my mouth.
Slimy.
So it looks at you, Saren, and
I
glares.
definitely throw up in my mouth then.
It is gross. You have to make a wisdom save for me.
Shit. Alright, good.
It looks really fucking scary, but you manage to sort of... The tentacles kind of between you. You're not looking directly at whatever that creature is, but it looks hideous. And it hisses at you. That's the end of its turn.
I just like cringe away like, ugh.
Now the one on Nala decides to take a swing at Miss Nala. And that misses probably. I rolled a 9 plus...
If you have to minus the 1d4 through it as well.
Do I have to minus a 1d4 for it?
Yeah, for Bane.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Anyways, it's definitely a miss. So it's just it's a 14 minus 1d4. Would that hit you, Nala?
14 would have hit me, but not.
It's a 13.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Nice.
Just nice. Thanks to Bane. Wow.
I thought your AC was higher. I keep forgetting. Okay, Master, you're up.
Alright. I'm gonna make my way outside.
Okay. So you make your way outside the door. Buckholz is standing there. You can kind of make it to there through movement. What are you doing?
Okay, so first off, I'm gonna summon my hawk totem. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, shoot, I thought that'd be pink.
Hmm.
Yeah, like right around here. So anything within 30 feet of that hawk totem, I can give advantage to an attack, or I can with a reaction, and everyone has has an advantage on perception.
Whoa.
Do I have enough movement to get to the tentacle right next to?
No. So you basically, because you guys were woken up, you weren't already up top here. You use all of your movement to get onto deck. If you want to move, you use your action to move from there, basically. So you could move, but that would be your you have your full movement as your bonus action.
Actually, I'll just use my action to wild shape into a black bear.
Okay. So you guys wild shape. Now you're up.
Yep.
I would like to rage.
Now it rages.
And try to hit the thing in front of me.
Yeah, go ahead.
With a 13.
13 hits. Ouch. 22.
We're having sushi tonight.
So you smack this thing with violent anger. And it smacks pretty good. Alright. Mare, the one on you, is going to make a swing at you.
All right, let's see.
I can't roll to save my life.
No, not today.
Does a 9 hit you?
No.
So it swings and it does nothing because I suck at rolling.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Dalen, your turn.
Alright, I gotta deal with the one in front of me. How far are we off to the side of the ship?
Or so it is, I would say, about 10 feet. Yeah,
About 10 feet?
10 feet. Yeah, so 1, 2.
I'm gonna try to shove him back 10 feet off the ship for now.
Okay.
Stuff. Yeah, so is that athletics?
Yeah, you can make an athletics check. It's a shove is a strength
It's an
check.
opposed athletics check.
Yeah, it's an opposed athletics, so we both roll.
Oh no! Oh wow, I thought I rolled bad. Oh.
Oh.
So yeah, I will shove him back off the ship, and just as he reaches like the cuffs of the ship and like he's about to fall down, I'm gonna cast bonus action spiritual weapon.
Okay.
And I'll cast the huge tree trunk mace right behind him and smack him down into the water.
All right. Make an attack roll. 15.
5 points of damage.
Smack him down. Yeah, good smack. He goes down under the water.
Alright, so good. And I will run back to the post here. Guys, Murray needs help up there, and I have no idea what that creature is. And I'll point it over there. That's it. That's my turn.
All right. So now, another one claws its way out from the top here and moves and goes to make a swing of buckles. Does an 8 hit you?
Almost, but no.
So it, is tired, so it doesn't do fuck all. Okay. Saren, the one next to you, goes to make a swing and attack. Does a 21 hit? Saren? I'm going to assume a 21 hits, Saren.
Yeah, it hits. Yeah, it hits.
Okay, you're. So it goes, and the tentacles go and bludgeoningly smack you. Okay, so I need you to hold on. No, that's not what I mean to do. So you take 7 damage.
Okay.
You are now grappled and restrained.
Shit.
And the tentacle wraps around you as it hits you and smacks you, and it's sort of grappling you down with its tentacles.
Wait, this is the one that's been banned, right? Did he roll a D1 minus D4? So is it
Yeah, you rolled a 22 minus. I can roll the minus 1d4.
Oh, damn. You need to.
Damn.
Okay.
So that was a 19. That still hit you, Sarah?
Yeah.
As a reaction, can I cast Hellish Rebuke?
You didn't cast it before, so we'll say not this time, but next time you can. Call it as soon as I do the attack, though. But I also catch the Bane from now on, Dale. I'm sorry. You took 7 damage, and it's grappled and restrained. Link me Hellish Rebuke, just so I can see.
No. Oh.
Let me just. Oh yeah, no, you can. Okay, so I got to make a dex saving throw. Yeah, I'll let you go. You didn't use your reaction yet, so that's fine. So I need to make a dexterity save for this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is a 11.
It does not succeed. It takes 9 fire damage.
All right.
I'm making calamari.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh.
That is the end of its turn. Mare, you're up.
Also, before I forget, I would probably activate my flames of. I can't even pronounce that last part.
Agathos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would basically set me on fire, and melee attacks done on me would take 1d4 damage.
Okay, so what I'm going to say is that you activated it after your reaction. So you took the damage from the hit, you cast your Hellish Rebuke, and engulfed yourself in flames. If it goes to attack you or you stay grappled with it next time, it'll take the 1d4 damage on your next turn.
Okay.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, Mara, you're up.
All right. Let's do my thing. An 11 hit.
Just.
Yes. 8 damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do the unarmed.
Uh-huh.
22.
Hits.
9 damage.
Okay, it's starting to look pretty hurt.
Sweet. I'm good over here, guys. I got this one.
Saren, you're up. You are grappled and restrained. You can try to break out if you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to break out.
Okay.
What do I gotta roll for that?
Restraint. Somebody correct me, it's a strength check, right?
Athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics again.
Yeah, athletics to break out.
Oh, okay.
Just made it, DC 16. So you, with the fire and the flames on, the thing was not sort of prepared, and you use your action and you break free of being restrained from this creature. So your action's down.
Is there any way I can try to push it back or anything?
Not as a bonus action or a reaction, no.
Next
turn.
Bonus action if I can.
Yeah, well, what do you want to do?
I kind of just want to push it back from me.
That would count as an attack. So any kind of push or move kind of thing would be an attack. You do that next turn, but your main sort of action this turn was to try to break free of this tentacles all over you, right? So you kind of like pushed and prodded and caught on fire and broke your way out. So that's sort of your main action now. So if you want to cast, if you have a spell or something as a bonus action, you could do that, but you couldn't like push as a bonus action.
Okay. No, I still have Shalane activated right now, so.
Okay. So that is it. Mr. Buckholz, you are up.
All right. I'm going to try and get over here so I can get a good switch the wind direction.
Mhm.
Both of these ones.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to shoot a firebolt at the one next to Nala.
Okay, go ahead. Make an attack.
Here we go. Does a 10.
Take advantage. I'm gonna use my reaction to give.
The 12 hit.
Just.
Excellent. That's a whopping 4 points of fire damage on that one.
It barely flies through, and sort of Nala's sort of fighting it, and it's in the way, and you do sort of land a hit on the side of it, but it's not good damage, but it's, you know, not a whole lot of damage.
And then I'm gonna say how are they all looking?
They look okay. The one on, you can now see the one on Mare. That looks to be the one that's most bloodied, but the rest look in good health.
Okay, I'm gonna send Rogue over towards the one on Saren and try and give him the help action for his next thing.
Okay. So, Saren, you have advantage on attacks next turn. Or it has disadvantage on attacks on you. Okay. This creature jumps down. It's the start of its turn, so 30 feet. So I need Saren, you need to make me a wisdom save. And Nala too. Can you make me a wisdom save, please?
It's still staring at me.
Okay. So, Nala, for the next minute, so 10 rounds, you are frightened. You can make saving throws against it each turn if you want. You have disadvantage if you attack the creature, and you can't advance towards it.
This is just the creepy looking one?
Yeah, the one up top there. Okay, so just remember you have disadvantage basically on a fail. A creature. You can make saving throws with disadvantage to try to break out. If a creature's saving throw is successful, just fucking creatures.
Frightened.
Yeah, unless the target is surprised. Yeah, so you have disadvantage. Basically, you have disadvantage rolls against the creature until the end of the 10 rounds, or you break out with disadvantage on a DC 11 Wisdom save.
But I only have disadvantage to hit the one.
Correct. The one
As
that's
long as you're in view of this one.
as long as you can see it, basically, you're at disadvantage.
Close your eyes, Nala.
And it's gonna jump down to Saren, and it's gonna make a swing at you.
Shit.
Oh, crap. Sarah, get it back here.
And it's gonna roll a 15 to hit.
It hits.
Okay. Oh, come on, it didn't work. Anyways, well, 1, 2. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12 damage. As it swipes its hand and just gouges at you.
Well, okay.
And that is the end of its turn. Now, the tentacle in front of Nala is going to make an attack. and misses. We are back to the top. No, we're not. We are at Matcha. Sorry, Matcha. What are you doing?
Can I see who looks hurt? Who looks more hurt between Buckles and Saren?
Yeah, I think I don't know what Saren's at. Saren's taken 7 plus 12, so 19 damage. I think. I don't know how much have you taken, Buckles? Have you taken
On
any
a
damage?
scale of 31, I'm a 13.
Okay.
Yeah, so Saren definitely looks the most hurt. Buckles, you haven't taken any serious damage yet, have you?
I have not.
No. So just Saren that looks like he's taking some hits.
Okay, well then as I see that, I'm gonna rush over next to Saren.
Like behind him, like that?
Like right next to him, actually, on his left.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Am I in range of that tentacle?
Not really. The hag's kind of in between you and him.
Okay, then I'll attack. I'll make a multi-attack on the hag. In
Good
bear.
choice.
So I'm gonna go for a bite.
Yeah, go ahead. Ten does not hit.
Yeah. Okay, and then the next one is gonna be with my claw.
8 does not
Damn
hit.
it!
This thing, okay, yeah, it's the start of your turn, so you're good. Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna look at Saren like I'm helping.
yeah, cool. It's pretty freaky. Nala, make me a wisdom DC save throw. Okay, disadvantage.
Disadvantage, right?
Yeah. Okay, you're fine. So you're no longer. You kind of shake your head and sort of be okay with it, and you kind of realize that it was kind of silly to be scared of it, but you're good. What do you do?
I'm going to reckless attack the tentacle.
Oh, go ahead.
That was a sad reckless attack.
So again, after just recovering from like this sort of like traumatic sort of like you don't know what the hell that thing was that looked at you, just messed you up hard. You try to make you're just frothing at the mouth. You make swings and you just miss whiffing at this oily sort of octopus as it swithers around beneath you, trying to make way.
Sorry.
The tentacle by Murray, who's been getting pretty hit, goes to make another swing at
Make
you.
a strength save
Oh, it does have to make a strength save?
at the start of its turn.
Okay, so it rolls a 17.
Oh shit.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So I'll take that as the strength, and then I'm going to make an attack at Murray. So. Okay, so it rolls a 6. You're good on the attack. And that is the end of its turn. Dalen, you're up.
Alright. This looks gross, right? Does he look undead from where I am?
Not really. It just looks kind of
Gross.
horrific. Not gross.
Okay. Alright, I will guiding bolt the gross ass creature first. Okay.
Okay.
The gross ass creature.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Level 1. What we get.
Damn.
Boom!
Tabernacle. So that's
27.
27 to the creature.
Yeah.
And it smacks into it and it screams and howls.
And for bonus action, I'll move this tree trunk right over its head and drop it.
Go ahead.
Oh wait, and I have advantage because this is it's a guiding bolt when it now. Hold on.
Lucky you.
Nice.
Yeah, forgot about this. 19.
That hits.
For 12 maximum damage.
All right. Smack into this thing, and this thing is angry.
39. Ah, shit. Alright, that's my turn.
Yeah. That's the end of their turn. All right. So now the one in front of Buckles is going to make an attack.
Strength save.
What? Oh, this one's making a strength save then. 22? Sorry.
Don't have a lot of wind in my sails, alright?
You're not in your element right now. It rolls a 18 to hit.
Oh, an 18?
Yeah.
I cast shield. So it doesn't hit me.
Goes to smack you and pops into the shield. That's the end of its turn. Alright, the other one in front of Saren makes another attack at Saren. It rolls a 12 to hit.
That is my AC.
So it hits.
Minus 1d4.
Oh no, wait, it's 13. My AC is 13.
Okay, minus 1d4, yeah.
And then we
That studded leather armor, though.
Yeah, so it rolls a 10.
Remembered.
Yeah, don't forget to change your arm.
Misses.
So it's swings and misses. Alright, Mara, you're up.
Does it still take the fire damage though?
No, it's on hit.
Okay.
So the one in front of me is starting to look bad, right?
It's starting to look like it's taking some hits, taking some damage, yeah.
See that real quick? That doesn't hit.
No.
Alright, let's go for a Fury attack. So I'm gonna do 2 unarmed.
Mm-hmm. Hits?
That hits. 7 bludgeoning. That hits as well.
Mm-hmm.
And another 6.
So it's starting to look pretty hurt.
Alright. Got this.
Alright. Saren, you're up.
Okay. Gonna cast. Oh, that. Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Because,
16 hits.
You do have advantage
Okay.
on that, by the way.
You do have advantage
Hitting
roll.
the tentacle. Hitting the tentacle.
Alright. So you do 11 damage to this thing.
Okay, and bonus action, I'm gonna use one of my healing lights to heal a 1d6 of health.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. And I get 6 health back.
Very nice. Alright, Mr.
Okay.
Buckles. Are you doing anything else?
Yeah.
What can I do? I'm gonna keep the wind on these 2 tentacle things, and I'm just gonna do it at the last turn. I'm gonna give the bear the help action this time,
Okay.
and I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at the one that I was attacking. Okay.
Reaction. Advantage.
That's
OP.
better. Let's see it. Another 4. We're getting there.
Slow but steady. Another hit of fire screeches into one of the 8 tentacles flashing around. Okay.
That's it.
Now, Matcha.
Okay.
No. Hold on.
Oh shit! I forgot.
Hold on. It's not your turn.
So
It's
far
your turn to react.
I got no reaction.
No. Okay, so Buckholz, Dalen, Matcha, and Saren. You guys all need to make me wisdom saves.
Oh!
Saren, you failed. Dalen passed.
Damn.
Also
I
gonna
am
roll one
afraid no
for
ghost.
Nope.
Failed. So, and who else am I missing? Buckle, Matcha. Oh, Macho rolled an 8 too.
Yeah, I failed.
Fail. So 3 of you are now horrified of this creature. You have disadvantage on attacks against it, and you have to disadvantage saving throw to try to break out of the fear. There.
This is why I hate the sea.
And it looks horrific. The hag angrily, now that it's frightened you, is going to stare at Matcha and glare
He's
at
gonna
you.
scream like a bear.
And glare at you. So make me another wisdom save.
A wisdom save?
Another one. So you're still terrified of it, but nothing happens. So it decides to take a swing at you. And rolls a 10 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, that's the end of its turn. And then the tentacle in front of Nala is going to make a swing at her. And rolls a 13 plus 5, it's 18 to hit. Okay, you're going to take...
Yeah. No.
6 plus 3, so it's 6 plus 3 is 6 plus 1 is, 6 plus 3, sorry. So 9 half damage is 5. Right? Or 4?
4.
4, correct. So you take 4 damage as this thing smacks you. And that is the end of its turn. Matcha, you are up. Make me a wisdom save.
Trash.
So you're still terrified.
Am I forced to move from it, or
No, so you basically
Can't get closer.
if the creature's saving throw is successful, unless the target is yeah, so you're frightened for a minute, so you can't get closer to it, and attacks against it are disadvantage, right? I think.
does that get canceled out with guiding bolt's advantage, or is that done?
The guiding bolt's over, but you do have advantage from my raccoon.
So you kind of basically would be at straight attack.
For the first
Okay.
one.
Okay, so long as I'm still next to it, I'm just gonna like wimpily multi-attack.
Right, you can't move closer to it, and you have disadvantage on attacks and ability checks of the Source of Fear. Yeah. So you basically attack straight up because you have advantage and disadvantage, so you just a straight attack. You roll a 10.
Advantage on the-
And I'm gonna
Disadvantage because you get normally disadvantage. So plus advantage means you just get a straight attack
okay.
for the first one. Then it's disadvantage for the second one.
Okay.
So 17, 21 hits.
26. That's gonna be a 5 damage.
Okay. So it smacks it, and are you going to make another attack?
Yeah, with a claw.
Okay. Disadvantage attack.
That's 10.
10 plus 4 or 10?
Oh,
What's your plus hit?
it was a plus 4 to hit.
Yeah, so
So it would
14.
be 14.
So 14, does 14 hit that? Just, so you hit the AAC, so it's 14 AC, so just hit,
Okay.
barely.
That's a 7 damage.
Alright. Yeah, okay, sorry, I have to math here for a second. Sorry. 44 plus 7 is 51, right? Okay. So you smack into this thing, and Claude, terrified, and you sort of like just like get out of my face, and look, you grandly graze with your claw and hit it pretty clear. So it's good.
That's it for my turn.
Okay, cool. And then we're up to Nala. You're up.
Alright, I am going to reckless attack this thing again. How's it looking?
It's still pretty. It's doing okay. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, still gonna reckless attack it though.
Go ahead. 19 hits. Say 16 damage. So you smack into it and hit it pretty hard, and it's starting to look pretty beat up.
Alright.
It's taking a beating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they have pretty low AC, but they have decent amount of health in them. So the one non-matcha is going to make another attack. And it's going to do that.
Strength save.
That's the strength save first. So it's a 12 plus 3, so 15.
That's fine.
Okay. So once the strength change is done, it's going to make an attack. 12 plus 3 is 15.
Yep, that hits.
Mara, does that hit you? Yeah, AC.
Oh, sorry.
18.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was me, my bad.
No. 18 does not hit you. 15 does not hit you, right?
No, 18 my AC.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So that's that. And then, Dylan, you're up.
How bad is this Aggie?
She looks fucking bloody.
Nice. Alright, one more. Alright, let's try to finish off with the spiritual weapon first.
Okay. Hits.
Nice.
How do you want to do this?
Alright, this would smash it down right onto her, into the ship, like it's flat, basically.
As the hag sort of screaming and bellowing, the spiritual weapon just goes for another swing and smushes this thing in this pile of mush. And the hag
Me and
goes.
Masha get hit and splatter.
Hag goes down.
And you guys get splattered as well.
I'm still kind of screaming from the terror.
Yeah, it's definitely still freaking you out. It's on the ground, they're dead, and you're still fucking a little bit traumatized by it. But
Alright, I'm gonna run over here to Buckhole.
yeah,
See, how you doing with this one?
He's stuck to the deck.
I will try to get him to stop doing that, and I will cast Inflict Wounds at level 2.
okay. Twenty hits.
Get off!
Damn. So that does is eight necrotic total, or is it 8 plus 8?
8 plus 8, 16. I cast it at level 2.
Okay, perfect. So it takes 16 necrotic damage, and the creature sort of click hisses at you, and it's pretty pissed.
Okay.
And seeing that, it's going to go and it's going to take a swing at you. It's going to be like, and it rolls.
Oh shit. It's a strength save, but it doesn't matter.
That's a strength save. I always start with a strength save. Now it's going to make its attack. Does 13 hit you?
Now.
So it goes to make a swing at you. Again, it's under the wind. The wind's blowing it. Buckholz is like, inverse Dyson-ing this thing in the face. It's not getting any grasp on you. So that was that one. And then the one over here by Saren goes to make an attack on you again. And rolls that one's got Bane, so 14, 11 plus 5 is 16.
It hits.
You are going to take 8 damage.
Okay.
And and you're grappled and restrained.
Again. Oh wait, it also takes 5 damage then.
It's gonna take 1d4.
1d4.
So it's gonna take 2 damage.
Okay.
As the flames around you, as it grapples onto you and the fire around you flares up, but it's holding on tight. Okay, that's its turn. Mare, you're up.
Time for hitty hitty punchy punchy.
Do it up.
Ooh,
Oh!
finally.
Mare.
Oh, fuck.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's 11 damage.
11.
Alright,
Yeah.
so whoosh, you punch this thing. And it moves, and it gets the underneath of the octopus, and you slam your fist sort of into its mouth, and it pops out through the side of the head. And you're like,
Ew.
with your quarterstaff, right? You just
Yep.
through the head.
It has a new octopus topper instead. It's
Yeah,
great.
you've made calamari. It's great. You're prepping. It's not cooked yet, but you know it's ready.
It's fine. It'll happen. It'll happen.
That one falls over dead.
Sweet.
You still have.
I have movement, right?
Yeah, you
so
have
I
movement.
can go here, and I can bonus action punch it.
You can.
Wind.
You're about. I was gonna say you're standing in. As soon as you get down the stairs, you feel this blast of wind. So make a strength check.
All right.
It's just difficult terrain to run through the wind.
Just difficult terrain, or can I just jump down over here with like a dexterity thing?
Yeah, you wouldn't necessarily have known it, and you would go down the stairs anyways.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's
you're just
true.
kind of doing it. But
Well, I mean, I would have seen it affecting this octopus I was fighting, right?
you would have seen like it's windy. I don't necessarily know
Yeah.
who you
Oh, okay.
would have
Okay.
put it together in the heat
Alright,
of
so-
battle. So difficult.
Strength check.
We'll just do a strength check. Yeah.
Okay. 8.
I'm just gonna say, so as you're trying to go down, you kind of slip and you fall to the deck here, as you just weren't expecting it. And you're gonna take just gonna take 6 fall damage from sort of
All right. Well, that negates all my temp hit points, so I'm still good.
kind of slip off and land on your shoulder. And you're like, oh fuck, what the hell? It's fucking wind. And you're on a boat. You're not used to fighting on a boat. It's all like
Yeah, it's like topsy. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And I still get. I'm gonna punch it though. I'm gonna take that pain rage out on it.
You're like,
I'm gonna punch it.
motherfucker, and you do like that. You gotta stand up, and then you can do it.
Yeah.
That's fine. You gotta take a
And-
swing at it, and you miss. You're just off balance,
Miss,
and the ship's
yeah.
moving, and you hit your shoulder, and it's just not fun. Okay.
God damn it.
And your turn, Saren. What's up?
Oh, I'm gonna try to get out of being restrained.
Mm-hmm.
What was the check for that?
DC 16.
Okay.
Athletics check.
I hope I can get it.
No. So you are restrained, which means until you break free of that, your speed is 0. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature is at disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Could I hit it with a bonus action spell?
You can still attack. I think attack rolls against the creature. Yeah, it doesn't say you can't attack,
Bonus action.
so you can still
Okay, I'm a bonus action. I'm gonna try casting Hex on it.
Yeah, you can hex. Yeah. So you cast hex on it.
Yeah. Let's see, what's the...
What is that? Is it's a wisdom? Is a charisma save?
There's no save on it.
No, there's no save, eh?
Hex just happens.
Yeah.
No. Hex is a
Hex. It's a...
It's an extra
I'm not
D6.
seeing anything about that.
Yeah, when you do damage,
Disadvantage
extra
on
d6.
certain ability score checks.
Right, so you cast hex on it, and then the next time you hit it, you'll get an extra d6 on the attack. So you hex it, now it's hexed. And then the next time you do
Okay.
damage to it, you'll do an extra d6 damage.
You can also
Okay,
hex it with
and-
strength so that it has disadvantage on athletics too.
The target has disadvantage on an ability check.
You pick,
Made
like,
from a chosen ability.
yeah, so you pick strength or whatever.
Yeah, strength.
Yeah. Perfect.
Hopefully that helps. And
Okay.
that's pretty much my turn.
Perfect. So, Buckholz, you're up.
All right. I'm going to turn the line of wind towards the one that Nala's facing.
Okay.
And then can I set up some flanking on this thing?
I would say that, yeah, you can move over a little bit and sort of like go over to here, and then you'd be flanking it with Mare.
Done. I'm going to smack it with my booming blade.
Do it. 14 hits.
It's 9 points bludgeoning damage.
Smack.
With my little rogue, I'm going to give the... you're still a bear, right?
Yep.
I'm going to give the bear advantage on the first attack.
Okay. Very good. The one on... Yeah, anything else?
At the start of that one's turn, it has to make a strength save.
That does. Thank you for reminding me, Muffin. I'm going to do it. Oh!
Finally!
Nice.
So it gets blown back 15 feet.
So that one falls into the water.
Did something.
And then uses its movement to climb back up.
But like, how high is the ship?
It's about 15 feet.
So like, can it climb that fast?
It can move 15 feet in a round. It can move, like, in
Wouldn't
water.
it have rough
Well, like-
terrain though because the gust?
Yeah, it's like shooting straight, like 15 feet back over the water.
Right, so it would...
Back and then 30 feet up because it's got to climb.
Yeah, so it moves double movement speed in water.
Okay.
So it will be right up here.
All right.
If it had been... Yeah, these things are fast in the water. So it's going to make another attack, but it's okay. They have a lot of movement in water. That's what they kind of do. Doesn't matter. It's still rolled a fucking 10. It's not on the boat, though. It's on the side, and it's just whipping a tentacle around at you. Doesn't mean you have disadvantage or anything. It's just not fully stable on the boat. It's gripping onto the side. Okay, Matcha, you're up.
Okay. So I'm gonna go right next to the tentacle, right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna make a combo attack with Rogue, which is a bite. Just both of
They bite together.
WWE style.
Hey.
So 19 plus 4 is 23.
that takes 4 damage. And then I'm gonna make my claw attack.
Hits as well. Hits.
That's 7.
Yep.
Cool. And that's it for my moves.
Okay. Perfect. Top of the round. Now that you're up. I think sort of off the edge of the boat. It's whipping tentacles, like trying to get at you from sort of the side of the boat right now.
I'm gonna continue to rest.
Do it.
Right.
Damn. 18. So as it's climbing up, you see it, and you just see an opening as it goes down, and you just take your... You have the sword now, or you have the hammer still?
The great axe.
Great axe, yeah. Sorry. So you take your axe, and you sort of just find an opportune moment, you slice through 2 of the tentacles, and make it through its head, and the thing just falls out dead.
Nice.
Dalen, you're up.
Actually, can I move? Like,
Yeah, you still have movement, yeah.
Which of the other ones looks the least hurt?
So the one near Buckholz looks like it's a little bit better than the other one, but there's not a lot of room near that one.
Right. Okay. I will try and get over to this one then.
Sure. You have enough movement, 5, 10. You can, what are you moving? 35?
30.
So you can make it like you're about 5 feet away from it here.
Okay.
It's a 40-foot boat, so. Okay. That's the end of your turn, and then Dalen, you're up.
Alright. We have here for this one. Let's just do another inflict wounds on this creature in front of me. 4 attacks. Oh, 10 doesn't hit.
10 does not
I'm
hit.
gonna use my reaction to give him advantage on it.
Awesome! Thank you.
Druids are OP.
They are.
Hey, get it.
Alright, that hits.
Level 1.
Hey.
6, 7, 8. Holy shit.
Fucking 21 damage. So you just fucking melt this thing apart. It just disintegrates and falls over dead.
And we have some like sushi sauce right now.
You
Next.
do have some necrotically
Fish
burned
sauce.
fish sauce. Like, it's black and oily and fucking gross.
And one more bonus action. Let's bring that spiritual weapon up 10 feet and down 10 feet on this guy.
Alright, go ahead.
Oh, 11.
Just hits.
Smack.
And this one gets crushed as well.
Hey, get it.
Clarity MVP.
Falls over dead.
Oh, and I'm laying in it, aren't I?
You guys are
All
all,
the fluid.
as that thing smashes, there's like oil, not oil, but like ink, black ink that splurts out all over your clothes. And
Can I collect it?
yeah, there's definitely a lot of fucking ink.
Murray holds her staff out with the skewered octopus. She's like, ready for roasting. Let's go.
All
Light
right.
it on fire. Oh, I'm basically a bonfire.
Okay. Things calm down. The things are dead. You guys are out of initiative.
I collect as much ink as I can.
You start to collect ink, and you hear the boat is starting to creak and rattle a little bit.
Can we tell? Can we hear where it's coming?
It just
Or
seems
is
like
it just like the whole boat?
the whole boat's kind of creaking and sort of starting to veer off.
What happened? Where's the captain at? Can I like look around for him?
Yeah, make perception
what's
check.
Can I go check on the guy who got attacked at the beginning?
Yeah, you can. So you... Okay, so Mara, as you turn around, you go back up, you realize that the captain was up front here. You see him from across the way, and he's lying dead in a pool of blood,
Oh,
as well
is that
as
the guy?
the 2 first mates.
How did that happen? I was right there.
They're on the other side. They were over here.
Oh, okay. I see.
Where I went to go check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so I'm
so
over
Sarah,
there.
and as you run up, so Mara, you saw them from across the way. Sarah, and you go up, and there are 3 of them dead.
Like dead?
Dead.
Can I search their bodies?
One
They
of
look
us
like
said
they
we were
were-
good at.
They look like they were ripped apart and
Oh, poor things.
clawed open and then just kind of eaten.
Does anyone know how to steer this thing?
I don't know, but there's no one at the helm right now, and that's where we're going to end the night.
Oh no.
Who
I was
has
just about to
boat
gentle repose the body.
We're still gonna crash.
I want to get down on all fours because I don't like being up on the ship and just like start mending some of the cracks that the big tree club made. In the hull.
We don't
Don't
have
worry,
to
me
now.
and Murray will figure out how to sail the
Do I have? Do I
We
have
totally
driving?
learned a lot of shit.
Hey, you guys spent some time. You learned some knots. You learned sort of some of the stuff. So who knows? We'll see what happens.
Did I search their bodies?
Yeah, they have some basic things. Basically, a knife, some rope on them. Nothing of value on them.
The hag have
This will definitely help.
anything?
Yeah.
Sea hag.
Yeah. So yes, the hag is stuff. We'll come back to that next week when we go investigate, and then that'll be the start of the round. Right now, you guys are about to look at the hag, and then people realize that things were dead, and you kind of looked up from it. So you can investigate the hag next.
I'm just chewing on a tentacle.
Round. If it's a hag, you don't know really. I said hag, but it could be something else. It could be anything.
Yeah, we're definitely eating the giant octopuses. Like, we're definitely eating those.
After we barbecue.
What's a bear's proficiency at steering a boat?
It's obviously
I don't
plus
want to
10.
find out.
About the same as the rest of us, actually.
I run up and start pawing it.
No!
I don't know. My survival's pretty good. I think I got this, guys.
Mari's like, I'm gonna do what I do best. I'm just gonna punch the rudder.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it happen, guys. I'm gonna make it happen. Trust in me, the Wanderer.
Dalen just starts praying.
Is it so
Silence.
fast that you can turn into like a water creature that could maybe tug us along?
Like a
Oh yeah.
If I was level 8, I could.
Damn.
Talking about levels, experience.
Yes, you guys do get experience today. You guys will get. Where is it? Oh yeah, so that times 4, so 2, 8 plus 1250 divided by 6. You guys all get 210 XP for the night.
Alright. What's the next experience threshold?
For level
2005.
21, I think.
21,000?
2,700.
Why
You guys-
have I written that
No, sorry.
over that?
Wait, what level are you guys at?
6,500.
Oh, okay.
I'm at 4.
Everyone's at level 4, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Alright.
I'll get there.
Just a few more thousand.
Is there an XP on the sheet?
Yeah.
Yep, top.
Yeah, top corner.
Yeah.
Is there?
If you're like looking beside your name, make sure you hit the cog so that you can like go into the regular view.
Oh, you haven't been writing yours down, Buckles. That's why. You have to hit the cogwheel, and then it will show.
What are we at?
5,280 is what I have.
Same.
Same. Over 6,005.
Okay, what is it? 5,200?
5280.
Okay.
Yeah, so 6,000 something. I think 6,100 is the next level.
6.5.
6.5. Yeah. So you got a little bit. Yeah. There you go. Good
Alrighty.
stuff. Good night
Do we
tonight,
have to
guys.
return the ship now?
Oh, good game, guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mari's definitely gonna do it. She's the ship's apprentice.
I mean, like, the crew's dead.
Wait, is that all the crew though? Like, was there only 2 crew members? That seems.
There were three dead bodies you found.
Yeah. So like,
Were there more people?
There were 8
And we
total.
were introduced to 3 people.
The 3 main ones: the captain and the 2 first mates.
so there might still be people that at least know how to keep the ship going.
We just
So-
gotta yell at them to do their work.
Yeah, exactly. It's just going to be a lot of yelling and a lot of micromanaging on shit we don't know.
I'm also thinking,
Playing.
like, if this
I
helps
am
to
Good
have the other-
intimidation, I can do this. I can yell.
I am
Also,
the captain now.
This is where the other ships maybe disappeared. Maybe there's some wreckage below that we could, not me, but you could go.
Specifically me.
Can I
Who's
get
in the water?
one of the Goliaths to throw the dwarf overboard, please? I think he needs to go for a swim.
I'm gonna roll up a new
We need to
character now
test the floating device. Now that we're safe.
Throw Oh man.